And welcome to Celebration Circle. We're grateful that you're here with us today. And I want to just invite you all to share and comment as we go through in the comment section, and share with your friends and family, and let them know that Celebration Circle is happening. And we want to welcome our guest musician, Chris Taylor, here.
Good morning.
Let's see. I just think, do I have volume on you? Let's see.
Hello.
Oh,
Good morning.
I don't hear you. That's odd. We're gonna just see if we can figure this out here.
I'm not going anywhere.
On here. Krista, can you welcome Krista Delgado, who's going to lead our meditation today? Do I have volume on you?
Let's see. I can hear him.
I
don't know if you can hear me now.
How odd. We just were talking a few minutes ago. Okay, I'm going to hit the refresh button, and we're going to see what happens here.
I can hear everyone, so that
I'm
it
gonna
might be a
reload
good
the
sign.
site.
Maybe everybody else can hear everyone. In the new world, in the new age of technology, we're all learning as we go.
There we go. I hear you now.
All right.
Krista?
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. You just got to reboot every once in a while, and life just is a whole different picture, right? So thank you both for joining us today, and we'll see you back here shortly.
Sounds good.
Come celebrate, gather together, come celebrate, one by one, come celebrate, now and forever, let us remember we are one. Come celebrate, join in a circle, come celebrate, side by side, come celebrate, now and forever, let us remember we are one. Celebrate, celebrate, come celebrate, 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 come celebrate, 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 come celebrate, yes, celebrate, celebrate, come celebrate, come celebrate, gather together, come celebrate, our open wide, come celebrate, now and forever, let us remember we are one. We are one. We are one.
Thank you for joining us as we celebrate our oneness. And we invite you to join us in our invocation, which is, O Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea. You are inside and all around me. And we'll sing that once for each of the four directions as we physically, if we're able to turn and face into the direction. And then we'll do that a fifth time for that divine within each one of us. So won't you join us as we begin by facing to the east, to the direction of the rising sun, of new beginnings, of infinite possibility, with, O Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea. You are inside and all around me. To the east.
Oh, Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
And then we turn and face to the south, the direction of the noonday sun, of abundance and warmth and well-being.
Oh, Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
And then we turn to the west, as we open to the direction of the setting sun, as we let go of the past and open to the mystery of what comes next.
Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
Now we face into the north, to the direction of midnight, of darkness, the challenges, with the things that call us to be present in this moment.
Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
And finally, we turn within to that realm of spirit, to the infinite now that is unfolding within and around us.
Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around.
O great Spirit, O Holy One, Holy Wonder, we open our hearts to you in this moment. We open our hearts to the all and the everything that is, that has been. We join with all of creation, with the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the winged ones, the ones that swim and crawl, with rocks and trees, with grasses, with seas, skies, the stars, the oceans, the rivers, with all of life, we affirm our oneness. We affirm we are one. Together, we are one. And once again, we
are one.
As we breathe into this moment, we breathe into this place, we lift up everyone, everywhere. And especially we lift up Michael Madison, our dear friend, holding him in the light today and in the days forward. As we focus on love here and now. And for this we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And now we get to hear another wonderful song from Chris Taylor. Welcome back, Chris. Chris, just a minute. We don't have vocal on you. So I'm going to reboot again. Can you give me are you there? It didn't work this time. Oh, well, hold on.
There it is.
There it is.
My microphone. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are doing as well as you possibly can be doing. This is a song called Not So Easy to Set Free. Love is a bloody war. Don't want wanna fight no more. Love is a baby born. You can feel the heartbeat through the floor. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. We're not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Love ain't something you can find. It finds you each and every time. Becoming real again. Becoming my own friend. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. We're not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Yeah. He walks into the night, left part of himself behind. No more anger, no more lie. Something buried in his mind. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. We're not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Love is an arrowhead. I see Indian red. Go slowly down the way. Let your spirit out to play. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. There's a sadness that lingers on in the back of her mind. Just one of those emotions she must have been assigned. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Be careful where you lay your head. Be careful where you make your bed. Be careful where you store your treasure. You might live there forever. Not so easy to set free. We're not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Gotta learn to let your spirit fly. Gotta learn to rise above. Learn to feed your starving soul what it's been deprived of. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. Not so easy to set free. There are some chains we cannot see. Set me free. 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 Set me free.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Beautiful. Today's poem is by Diane Ackerman. The title is School Prayer. In the name of the daybreak and the eyelids of morning and the wayfaring moon and the night when it departs, I swear I will not dishonor my soul with hatred, but offer myself humbly as a guardian of nature, as a healer of misery, as a messenger of wonder, as an architect of peace. In the name of the sun and its mirrors, and the day that embraces it, and the cloud veils drawn over it, and the uttermost night, and the male and the female, and the plants bursting with seed, and the crowning seasons of the firefly and the apple, I will honor all life, wherever and in whatever form that it may dwell. I will honor all life, wherever and in whatever form it may dwell, on earth my home, and in the mansions of the stars. Beautiful. So I invite you to breathe into that with us, to breathe into this ritual communal breath that we're going to share together. And I invite you, as we breathe together, to not only just breathe in, but to fully digest to every cell and fiber of your being, that taking in this air, that we all breathe the same air. Take it in mindfully, consciously. And then as we exhale, we release and let go all of it together, releasing all and everything, coming more fully present into this precious moment. So we'll breathe 4 deep breaths together at the sound of the bowl as we inhale. Truly, we are one together. Now I invite Chris Taylor back for another song.
All right. This is a song called Daylight. And just to give you a little bit of an idea, it's kind of like a song about transforming the heart. And I'll leave you with that. It goes like this. Something born in me, something transforming me. Sometimes I can see the light, but sometimes it's a lonely night. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. Buried it deep and you dug it up. Redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight again. Buried it deep and you dug it up. Redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight again. The doors have opened wide. Something something born in me, something transforming me. Sometimes I can see the light, sometimes it's a lonely night. Oh, my love, oh, my love. I buried it deep and you dug it up, redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight. Yeah. Buried it deep and you dug it up, redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight again. The doors have opened wide. The doors have opened wide. I buried it deep and you dug it up, redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight again. I buried it deep and you dug it up, redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight again. Buried it deep and you dug it up, redeemed my heart and you filled my cup with daylight, 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 oh love, oh love. The doors have opened wide. The doors have opened wide. And the doors have opened wide. Daylight.
Thank you again. Daylight. So I don't know where you are, but we're experiencing that in its magnificence today here in San Antonio. The light keeps changing and shifting, and I'm grateful for that. So today I'm sharing a little bit about what I learned from a book called Creating Your Legacy, 4 Portals to Living a Life of Love and Caring by Dr. Haider Zahed. And know that these words that I speak today are coming through the words that he so eloquently wrote in his book. And of course, this is nothing new to most of you, because here in the circle, our purpose is to honor and nurture the sacred in ourselves, each other, and all of creation. And Chris's song addressed that, the poem, the meditations, our songs, our prayers, all of it is about that. But Dr. Zahed's story is one that we can all relate to at some level. It's one of trials and tribulations, so to speak. And he had it all. He had health and a happy marriage and a beautiful daughter and a comfortable home and a wonderful community and meaningful work. And then one day his wife of 20 years told him that she was not going to return home after her business trip, that their marriage was over. And shortly thereafter, he was laid off from a job where he was working in research and development on curing diseases. And so there he was, feeling without structure, without expectations or purpose in his life. And he came to a quote from Hafiz that had meaning for him. That is, before a breakthrough, there is always a breakdown. And even as he was grieving this loss and obsessing about what went wrong and how he could have done things differently, he began designing a new life for himself. And then one day he was working out at the gym and he felt some discomfort in his left arm, and boom, he woke up, came to, he was in an ambulance on his way to the hospital and was submitted for coronary stent insertions. Yet as he came to, he began to focus on the things in his life that had not changed. His daughter, his close family and friends, all who loved him for the human being that he was. And that's what he chose to focus on. And through his healing process, physically and emotionally and spiritually, a small piece of paper that his sisters had copied for him out of his mother's diary became this foundation for redesigning his life. And his mother had written about how much happiness she had brought to him throughout her life, that he had never talked back, never raised his voice. And she followed it with some prayers and blessings for him. And sensing the power of the gratitude and the love that was in her simple words, he began to ask, what is mine to leave behind for my loved ones? And so he began to look at what to do with the rest of his life and how and what he wanted in his relationships and how and what he wanted his family and friends to remember him for. What was his legacy? And this then began his research, and he began this leaving a legacy. And as a result of that, he wrote this book and came up with this theory of the legacy circle, which has these 4 portals of love, gratitude, generosity, and compassion, and how those 4 elements, feelings, emotions, actions, can literally change ourselves and our world. And the thing about the legacy circle is that there is no set direction for the flow of the energy or any particular place where the circle begins or ends. At any moment, at any point in time, we can enter into this magnetic field. And if there's some reason that I can't feel generous-hearted right now, then I can go to gratitude. And I can look at what I have in my life to be thankful for. And if I can't feel love for someone, you can't feel love for someone. Maybe you don't like what they say or do. You don't have to move into anger or bitterness. You can feel this compassion. You can feel an awareness of what the other person is experiencing. You can literally walk in their shoes. So any one of these opens up the way for any of the others. And you can start from wherever you are in the moment. And you can go from there. So today, let's just start with love. And the great theologian Emmett Fox, he writes that there are really only 2 feelings into which all varieties of feelings reduce themselves: love and fear. And love is a creative emotion. It inspires, it expands, it opens the way. Now, fear is destructive. Fear harms. It paralyzes the body. Now, you may have heard, and in fact, if you were with us a few weeks ago when Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. spoke, he shared this story, but I think it's worth repeating again about the elderly Cherokee who was teaching his grandchildren about life. And he said to them, "A fight is going on inside me, and it is a terrible fight between 2 wolves. One wolf is evil, fearful, angry, jealous, and negative. The other is good, happy, peaceful, positive, content. The children thought about it for a while, and then one of them asked, "Which wolf will win, grandfather?" And the elder smiled, and he replied, "Whichever wolf you feed." So I'm asking you today, what do you choose to feed in your life? Because when we have experienced fear and anger that seem contrary to love, that is the time when we must turn our attention to the principle of love. And unconditional love calls us to treat others with respect, with kindness, even when we don't like what they say or do, even when we don't like how they look or think, and if they're different from us, especially in those moments. We must respect another's divinity because their divinity is the same as ours. Unconditional love treats the other with kindness, with respect. And we all know that first we must love and respect ourselves before we can love and respect others. Dr. Gerald Jampolsky of the Center for Attitudinal Healing says that every act is either a call from love or a call for love. Now, gratitude is that feeling, that attitude of appreciation. And often it's the easiest of these portals to access. Little by little, it opens up even more, allows more to flow. And gratitude is one of the strongest links to mental health, to good mental health. And research has shown that grateful people are happier, less stressful, less depressed, and more satisfied with their lives and relationships, and more able to deal with difficulties, to cope with challenges, and more willing to take a look at themselves. Now, the law of reflection is that whatever disturbs us whatever disturbs us in other people is a reflection of some hidden aspect of ourselves that we where we're yearning for some attention, where we're yearning for some acceptance. So it's an important time to pay attention when you get triggered by something in someone else. Because when we can allow ourselves to feel kind and loving toward any painful parts of our past, any painful experiences that we're having within, then there is great freedom in being grateful for ourselves and valuing who we are, even with all of our flaws, as they might be called. One of the best things I know of for nurturing this is called the mirror exercise. Years ago, Rudy and I were taught this by our friend Arnold Patent, where you look into the mirror, eye to eye into the mirror at yourself, and you acknowledge one thing that you like about yourself or something that you have done particularly well recently. And if you can't find one, just look into your eyes and just say, "You are magnificent." You know, it might be a little corny, a little awkward, but it's very powerful. So that's your homework assignment for the week, to use that mirror exercise. Try it at least once a day and notice the difference you feel in gratitude, not just for yourself, but for others. Generosity is the next portal in this legacy circle. And it's the portal that opens the doors for others, from personal to global. Generosity goes hand in hand with humility. And in some Buddhist traditions, the highest form of worship is service to others. Now, there's this ancient law of circulation where if we want love, we must give love. And if we want peace, we must share peace. True generosity is unconditional, giving without the anticipation of any kind of reciprocation or repayment or thank you. And it's not just about your financial resources, but also about your time or a smile, an encouraging word, a hug. No one really knows how many lives you can touch with one simple act of generosity. In the book, Dr. Zahed talked about a New York City cab driver who found in the back seat of his cab a purse that a customer left. Inside was $10,000 in cash. And he found the name and the address of the person, and he drove 50 miles to Long Island and left a note since no one was home. Don't worry, I will keep it safe. Now, the 72-year-old woman who had left the purse, who was visiting her family, had been told by the police that she would never see her money again. Yet here is a cabbie returning her hard-earned money that had been saved by her so that she and her family of 7 could go on a vacation together. That is generosity. And how have others been generous to you in your life? And how can you demonstrate generosity to others? The Dalai Lama says, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Now, compassion can be accessed whenever we see others going through challenging experiences. And compassion shows a genuine feeling, a regard and empathy for the other, a supportiveness. And the Latin root comes from the two words con and passus, which means to bear or pass with, to suffer with. And it is a fundamental virtue in all the world's major faith and wisdom traditions. And we've all heard this story about the Good Samaritan, where there's a question and answer session between Jesus and a lawyer who has asked Jesus what he needed to do to inherit eternal life. And Jesus asked him what his understanding of the law was on this. And the lawyer answered, you shall love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with your entire mind, and love your neighbor. Jesus agreed. And then he asked the lawyer, asked him, what is your definition of a neighbor? And Jesus replied with a story of a Jewish man who had been beaten and robbed and left to die on a dangerous road in the place between Jericho, the road to Jericho. Now, both a priest and a Levite had come along, but they crossed to the other side of the road and ignored the man. And then the Samaritan came along. And now the Samaritans were part of an ethnic group that were looked down upon by the Jews. Yet this man went over to see how the man was, and he was moved by compassion. And in this compassion that he felt, he bound the man's wounds. He put him on his own animal. He brought him to an inn, and he took care of him. And the next day, as he departed, he gave coins to the innkeeper and told him that take care of this man. And whatever you spend beyond this, I will pay you when I return. Now, Jesus asks the lawyer, who of these was the true neighbor? And the lawyer replied, the one who showed mercy. The Good Samaritan is the one who had the courage and the kindness to help, even though it was a dangerous road, even though it was someone that he would not normally associate with. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Had something to say about this parable. The first question the priest and the Levite asked was, if I stop to help this man, what will happen to me? The Good Samaritan reversed and asked, if I do not stop to help this man, what will happen to him? That is compassion. So to alleviate suffering and cultivate compassion in our lives, one of the first things we can do is to expand our awareness of what is happening in our environment. So often we rush around oblivious to what other people are dealing with, and we tend to stay focused on our own desires and activities, our problems, our needs, our issues. And not to downplay those, not that those aren't important and meaningful in our lives, but by enlarging our circumference to include challenges that other people are facing, that is a way to lift ourselves out of self-absorption. And every person has a story. We just have to listen without criticism, without blame or judgment, and maintain an open sense of kindness and respect. Smiles, listening, and not just to those close to us, but also to the grocery store clerk, to the stranger on the street. We all know that we could use more of this right now in our time, in this space that we're living in. And this legacy circle is powerful in that it surrounds us, and yet it has no beginning, no end. Our legacy encompasses this circle, and our attitude and the choices that we make fall within the circle and lead to moments of happiness in our lives. And the more we choose to live within this circle, the more happiness we have. And the good thing is that you can start anywhere on the circle. The legacy circle is within everyone's touch, within everyone's reach. And it costs nothing, only your time, your heart. And the return is immeasurable. And then those we touch are able to pass it on to others. So I choose to live in this legacy circle, in this place of love, gratitude, generosity, and compassion. How about you? Where do you choose to live? And don't forget your homework assignment, the mirror exercise. I'm going to invite Krista Delgado to join us in a moment of meditation.
Thank you, Zet. That was really beautiful. I appreciated that talk, and I also wanted to let you know, Zet, that that legacy that you described is something that you have definitely cultivated at Circle, and that I have seen you not only talk about, but live out in the way that you treat people, in the way that you walk in the world. And that's a really beautiful and a really rare thing. So thank you for that. One of the things that you have taught me about has been gratitude and appreciative joy, and what that looks like in life when things are really easy and also when they're really difficult. Thank you for that. And for today's meditation, I want to draw from refuge recovery, and particularly the appreciative joy meditation practice found in refuge. So if this is a meditation focus for today that feels useful and good to you, and you wanted to look up more about it, you can look up refuge recovery and the appreciative joy meditation and find more about it, and some reading, some other guided meditations that you could practice. Find a comfortable spot where you can sit for just a few minutes. It'll be a short meditation today. We're going to begin with one bell. Come to a comfortable place of sitting and allow your attention to settle, coming into the present time experience of your body. Relax any tension that's being held in the body right now with a full deep inhale, softening the belly. Relax the eyes, the muscles of the face, the jaw, and allow your shoulders to naturally fall away from your head and down your back. Another full deep inhalation. And after this moment of settling into your present time awareness, begin to reflect on your deepest desire, or happiness, or freedom from suffering. Allow your heart's truest longing for truth and for well-being to come into your consciousness. With each breath, breathe into the heart center the acknowledgement and appreciation of the joy and the happiness that you have experienced in your life. Slowly begin to offer yourself appreciative and encouraging phrases with the intention to uncover the heart's sometimes hidden response of gratitude. Your phrases can be as simple as the following. May I learn to appreciate the happiness and the joy that I experience. May the joy I experience continue, and may it grow. May I be filled with gratitude. If those phrases do not mean anything to you, create your own to meditate on. Find just a few simple phrases that have an appreciative or grateful intention, and slowly begin to offer these well wishes to yourself. As you sit in meditation, repeating these phrases in your mind, the attention will be drawn, as with mindfulness meditation, back into thinking about other things, or maybe into resisting, or maybe judging the practice or your own capacity for appreciation and for gratitude. It takes a gentle but persistent effort to return to the phrases each time the attention wanders. May I learn to appreciate the happiness and joy I experience. Feel the breath and also feel the body's response to each of these phrases. May the joy I experience grow. And then notice where the mind goes with this phrase. May I be filled with gratitude. Allow the mind and the body to relax into the reverberations of each phrase. Simply repeat these phrases over and over to yourself like a kind of mantra, or maybe a statement of positive intention. But we cannot expect to instantly feel grateful through this practice. Sometimes all we might see is our lack of appreciation, or maybe the judging mind's resistance. Simply acknowledge what is happening and continue to repeat the phrases, being as friendly and merciful with yourself as you can during this process. Now bring your attention back to your breath and to your own body. Again, relaxing into the posture. And a full deep breath. And then bring someone to mind who has been beneficial for you to know or to know of, who has inspired you or brought joy to your life. Recognizing that just as you wish to be happy and successful in life, that your benefactor, your teacher or mentor or guide, too shares this universal desire to be met with encouragement and support and appreciation. And begin offering him or her these phrases. Just as I wish to learn to appreciate the happiness and joy in my life, may you too experience joy. And may you be filled with appreciation for your happiness and for your success. May your happiness and joy increase. May you be successful and met with appreciation. Full deep breaths. And continue offering these phrases from your heart to your benefactors, developing that feeling of appreciation in relationship to the joy and success of others. When the mind gets lost in a story, or a memory, or a fantasy, simply return to the practice. Begin again, offering appreciation and gratitude to the benefactor. And slowly and gently, again letting go of him or her, and return to your own direct experience of your own breath, your own body. And just for a moment, pay extra attention to your heart, to your own emotional experience. Let go of the phrases But hold on to the intention and bring your awareness back to your breath and to your body again and again, moment to moment present time awareness. Investigating the sensations and the emotions that are present now. Another full deep breath. And then whenever you are ready, allow your eyes to open and your attention to come back into the room. Thank you, Zet, for the opportunity to be of service today, and thank you for being a benefactor in my life and in the lives of many other people.
Thank you, Krista, for being of service to the community. We are grateful for so many things as we celebrate in song. He leads us in all things give thanks.
In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. 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 In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. 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 In all things give thanks. Give thanks for the gifts of life. The one light shines through all of creation with hands and hearts open wide. We lift our voices in celebration. In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. 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 In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks. In all things give thanks.
And giving thanks, holding our love offerings in our hands and our hearts. We speak the words, I give to you, O Spirit, as you have given to me, with heart wide open. Together, I give to you, O Spirit, as you have given to me, with heart wide open. We lift up, we place our love offerings in the basket. We connect with our financial resources on PayPal and Venmo and Circle website. We mail in a check. There's so many ways to give support to the work of the Circle. And for this, we say thank you. And we lift up the names and the situations in the prayer circle, knowing that all is well. And especially today, we are lifting up our dear friend, Michael Madison, into the light, into the healing power of love. And for this and so much more, we say thank you. Thank you. We have a few announcements. Just remember that Wednesday nights at 7:30, Angel Santiago leads our meditation circle online on Facebook, and you can connect with him there. Next Sunday, Hal Robinson will be returning, And his title is, he's going to focus on, it's good to be here now, knowing what we know. So that's the focus. We're excited to have him, and Laura Marie will be with us doing music. And also just a reminder that the Blessing of the Peacemakers by the San Antonio Peace Center is happening today at 3 p.m. Carl will share a comment in here online for you to connect with them. The three groups, people that they're honoring today are one, Carrie Clack, who, is our San Antonio journalist that you heard from just a few weeks ago here in the Circle. And then the Circle School is the 2021 Peace Laureate. And we have deep, deep connections to the Circle School. Rudy and I go back, how many years?
Me,
45 years for you,
yeah.
before you knew me.
Yeah.
And for me, at least 40 some. So Mateo not only went to school there, but for a time period, the Celebration Circle actually met in the Circle School building. So we have great love and respect for them. So they're the 2021 Peace Laureate, and then Dr. Jackie Clonch is educator being honored. So it's online, it's a Zoom thing. It's blessing at the Peacemakers through the San Antonio Peace Center. Our dear friends, started by Ann Helmke and Rosalind Codburn, Collier, and many others. So. And then next week, following Circle at 12:30, we're going to do a Zoom gathering called BYOB. And it's not what you think. It's bring your own book report. So we're going to share great books that we've read during this last 10, 11 months, whatever, however long it's been going on, COVID times. Bring a book that you've enjoyed reading and a short description of it, and we'll share them together if you want to have lunch while we're doing it, that's fine too. But 12:30 following Circle, but it will be on Zoom so we can all see each other and talk to each other and communicate. So that's coming up next Sunday, 12:30. Okay, so now we're going to hear another song from Chris Taylor.
All right. Thank you so much, Zet. Thank you so much. She spent years and years and years just chasing the wind out of her tired old sails. Time and time again, she lost the inspiration that got her here. What is worth all the life and the living? The pain of loss, is it worth all the giving? From the moment of my birth, worthless pursuit of things on the earth. Over and over it seems he worked his fingers all the way to the bone, possessing the things he don't need. He lives in a big house but feels so alone. All that toil and all that grief, all that gain and still no peace, just turns into dirt. Worthless pursuit of things on the earth. She's on her way to the end of the world. All along the way, chaos rules the kings and the fools. She's on her way to the end of the world, the end of the world. money for a little while. Left holes in my pockets and a long paper trail. Everyone's searching for the meaning of life. Everyone's got their own story to tell. All are searching, all are finding, all our conscience still reminding. I'm wearing like an old dirty shirt. Worthless pursuit of things on the earth. Still not satisfied. 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 Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied?
Thank you again, Chris. Oh, so we are grateful for your presence here with us, and we invite you to join us in our closing circle as we gather hand to hand, heart to heart, and sing our song, Love is the Only Power, Love is the Only Way. Watch our circle grow.
Love is the only power. Love is the only way. Love, 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 love. Watch our circle grow. Love is the only power. Love is the only way. Love, 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 love. Watch our circle grow.
We can get everybody back here with us. Let's see if we can. There we go. So, thank you for being with us, Chris and Krista.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Great meditation. And Chris, I think Carl posted your link. You want to tell a little bit about the YouTube thing you're going to be involved with tomorrow?
Sure. Okay. There is a British photographer, very renowned photographer named Alistair Morrison, and he's taken pictures of every famous person you can think of. He's taken pictures of people walking out of the grocery store. He's a very interesting and amazing soul. And we have a mutual friend, believe it or not, and he has started a YouTube channel called Time to Pause. And he's basically, in this age of the coronavirus and everyone's kind of isolated all over the world, he's gathering people's stories and turning it into a piece of art, sort of a tapestry of stories. Everybody from actors to musicians to frontline workers to nurses and doctors. It's just this amazing tapestry of people's stories. And so I have been graciously asked to be a part of this thing. So you can find his work, and you can find the YouTube channel and just dive in, because I'll tell you, there's some amazing things going on over there. And you can just hear people's stories from all over the world about how they're dealing with this particular time in history. And that's just a little bit about it. So it's way more interesting than me and my music, I'll tell you that much. But I get to be on his show tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, tune in, because it's a beautiful thing he's doing.
Well, thanks. We're looking forward to it. So thank you each and everyone for being here with us today. And remember that wherever you go, whatever you do, we love you, we bless you, we see the light in you. Go in peace. Thank you. Thank you both.
See you guys soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.